Hey, heathens! So, why do I do this? Why do I spend probably about an hour or two a day on YouTube responding to text comments, private messages, and otherwise making videos? Why do I do all that? If I'm an atheist, why do I care about any of this stuff? I get asked this a lot. And so I'm making this video now, and I've been promising it to a lot of people for a long time, so here it is. Let's talk about the number one reason why I do it. Not necessarily the most important, but this is the main reason why I started doing this. When I became an atheist, I thought I was the only one. I'm in the Bible Belt of the South. I live in Georgia, okay? Can't really see it from there. There it is. Yeah, Georgia Force went to the Arena Football League championship, which is kind of like going to the championship round of the Special Olympics, but hey. Yes, we lost. It'll be okay. I'm proud of the Georgia Force. They did good. Okay. But I live down here in Georgia, and wow. To be an atheist down here, you look around you and you're like, how did I get dropped here? All the odds. Why did I get stuck in this hellhole? Georgia's a good place, don't get me wrong, but it's difficult to be an atheist here because you do feel like somewhat of an outsider. But I found that I'm not alone. The more I kind of poked and prodded, the more I found out that there were a lot of people like me. And I think there's a lot more of us than are being counted. So that's part of why I do my videos. Letting other people know you're not alone. There was no YouTube when I became an atheist. There was no, thousands and thousands of people taking the blasphemy challenge when I was trying to figure it all out. I spent the better part of 5 years trying to figure out, okay, wait, is the Bible real or not? I don't know. I can't tell. Where are the freaking books on this? And I couldn't find one. Mostly because they weren't allowed in our public libraries and they weren't allowed into our bookstore, so of course we didn't have any of them. And so I couldn't find anything, so I had to research the hard way. And all the stuff that I found out then, which led me to become an atheist and feel so alone, now I present to the rest of the world so that they know that you're not alone. It's okay. Not only is it okay, but maybe you should stand up and be counted. Maybe you should let the rest of the world know you are an atheist. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Then there's the educational factor. I wanted to let other atheists know the information that I found out, because a lot of them haven't researched the whole thing. A lot of them haven't looked into what the Bible says. Some of them haven't even read the Bible, like most Christians, although more atheists have read the Bible than Christians have, which is really messed up. So here I am to let these people know this is what the Bible says. This is why it's wrong. This is why it became wrong. This is why it was put in there, which was wrong, and it is now wrong, and we know this, but they didn't know that then. That sort of thing. I break it down for people. And in an educational manner is also, I give them backup to what they already thought. They may have thought there was something wrong with religion, and maybe they just didn't believe it, but they weren't sure if they were right or not. And I let them know, yeah, you're right. Here's proof. I present the proof that they don't have on their own. Next, there's simply venting. Christians, there are some of you that are annoying as hell. And you get on my nerves. And sometimes I just need to let it out. And that's what I do. I come on here, I let it out, and I voice my opinion, and I feel better when I'm done. You know who I'm talking about, right? I know you do. Most Christians are decent people, and I enjoy their company and everything else too. But then you got the holy rollers who think that the world revolves around Jesus and everything has to be all Jesus and Jesus, 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 and Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I don't want to hear it no more. Shut up. You know the ones I'm talking about? The ones that even the Christians ignore. Those people. And so I come on here and I vent. You have the religious nuts, the fanatics, the, Bible thumpers, all those guys. The ones that knock on your door at 6 o'clock in the morning, they want to remind you that Jesus loves you. I'm glad he loves me. Can I go back to bed now? Those people. Anyway, venting is good. And then there's the acceptance of atheists. Atheists are looked down upon in our society by many of you. A lot of us get kicked out by our own families, as a matter of fact. Thankfully, I'm not one of them. But I'm not every case. Sadly, there are many atheists who are disowned by their parents, their grandparents, their aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, you name it. They just aren't worthy since they don't believe in God. There are people who think that atheism means Satanism. I know some of you are going like, nah, that's not true. Yes, it's freaking true, okay? It's freaking true. I had someone not 3 months ago, whenever they found out that I was an atheist, they go, you worship Satan? And I went, but no. You're a smart person. You're not that dumb. No, I know you. You have a level head on your shoulder. You think I worship Satan? No. Don't believe in God. Don't believe in Satan. No. But, otherwise logical people fall apart on this issue. And so I'm just letting them know that, hey, we're just normal folks. We're nothing to be scared of. But the most important reason, it's not the main reason why I do it, but it is the most important reason why I do this. It's separation of church and state. And again, even Christians agree with me. And this comes into two parts. Part number one is moderates versus fundamentalist extremists. Extremists and your fundamentalists, which are kind of hard to separate, think that the world has to revolve around Jesus. Again, this goes back to the whole vending thing, where these are the people that annoy you too. They think that everything has to be all the way they think it has to be. Women shouldn't be wearing pants or makeup or braiding their hair because the Bible says they shouldn't. The world is, meant to be praised to God, and so you shouldn't be wasting your time on all this other baloney. Whatever. Yeah, that's great. Shut up. Get out of my way. But these are the people who are influencing Washington right now. And you don't want it either. You, whether you think you do or not, you don't want prayer in schools. You don't. You don't want that, because as soon as you do, a Hindu's going to stand up and say, well, then I want to say the prayer. As soon as you do, there's going to be a Jehovah's Witness who's going to do their prayer, and then a Catholic, and then a Buddhist, and then a Mormon, and then a Methodist, and then a Baptist, and then before you know it, every one of you are going, look, you got to get him out of here. You don't want it either. Blue laws. Why can't I buy a beer in a grocery store on a Sunday? Why? Explain to me why. Bullshit religious idea that is taking over our laws. It needs to be taken away. Gay rights. Why do you care what people do in the privacy of their own home? Don't give me none of this crap about marriage is a sacred institution. You get divorced too. Shut up. They just want equal rights. Leave them alone. Evolution, stem cell research. Science is science. Get out of the way. Anyhow, I'm running out of time here. But those are the basics. I'll go more into detail in the rest of my videos. Hope you check them out.